find your emotional G-spot. Now you're asking me to think differently being a man.
It is actually a self-help book.
Self-help again is taking me.
हमारा क्या होगा इस पॉडकास्ट में पराग? मैं आपको इमोशनल जी स्पॉट और जी स्पॉट के जीपीएस दे रही हूँ.
बोल दो उसको, आप जी स्पॉट क्यों बोल रहे हो? This week we have a Miss India finalist, a happiness designer and the founder of Women on Top, the unstoppable Shalini Arora Kochhar, to talk about power in heels, reinvention, and yes, what she really thinks about lab-grown diamonds. What is your emotional G-spot?
Everything can be handled with love. There's nothing else we need. That is my emotional G-spot. Pyar do, pyar lo. We living in India forget that you have to experience life. We are wasting our time just making money. When are you going to spend the money?
So how are the people there? How do you see that different than India?
We have high maintenance relationships. There, no pressure, low maintenance relationship.
India has too much pressure.
Yes.
You're in an emergency and you have to run out with your crown, heels of book. What would you get?
And I would carry the book because that's the legacy I'm going to leave behind, and
Absolutely.
I can always buy the crown and the heels again. I'm maybe old school and I'm still indulging in the real diamond, but this generation now will only buy lab-grown diamonds. In Delhi, people don't say how are you, they say who are you. I want them to sue me so I get famous.
Sachs, are you listening to this? One fashion trend that should have been cancelled permanently.
The ass-waisted jeans. I don't want to see the crack and I don't want to see the ass.
Hi Shalini, welcome to the PDA Show.
Hi Parag, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
It's my pleasure, and it's exciting to have beautiful faces on the PDA Show always.
Thank you very much.
And it feels proud that I'm sitting with the former runner-up, former finalist of Miss India. So what year was that?
That was in 1994.
And you look still stunning.
The wall of fame. Oh, thank you very much. You made my day. I think this is my day for sure. Thanks so much. I'm happy to be here and happy to be sharing my journey with you because ab koi pooch hi nahi raha hai yaar. Itne saal ho gaye.
That's just too humble of you. But you're doing so many great things and you are like everywhere. You do TEDx and you've been the former panelist to Women on Top. That sounds really exciting and it just fits for the PDA show as a name intends, right?
Yes. So I think it's been more like from a model to role model kind of journey. Mm-hmm. And so the Miss India was a completely different part of my life where I think it was all about the ramp and it was all about glamour. And now what I do with Women on Top is more serious work. Mm-hmm. And, it's funny, but we are all working towards empowering women. But we are not teaching the men how to deal with us empowered women. So I'm worried about what's going to happen in this world.
What do you expect out of men?
Hey, listen.
They are bicharas.
Now they are bicharas. So sure, the way we are empowering the women.
Tell me about how did you manage from lipsticks to heels to being Women on Top?
So honestly, I think I'm a big believer of the fact that you got to dress for success. Because if you dress the part, you're treated a particular way, right? You're treated the way you dress, let's just say that. So the lipstick and the heels and success with the perfect pout, absolutely, it's got to happen.
Are you taking a selfie? So the most fascinating thing what I found was happiness designer. So tell me more about that. And do you have a buyback policy in that? Like how do we have for diamonds?
That's funny. That's a really funny question.
If someone after meeting you is not so happy, what's the buyback policy?
That's a really funny question. Yes, happiness designer. It was actually a word that somebody coined for me for their event. They said that, from the minute we were working together for a while, and they said from the minute you walk in, the amount of positivity and happiness that you add to people's life. I said, hey, this is a good name. I was coaching at that point in time. And I said, that's the kind of coach I want to be because I want to see how I can add the happiness quotient in people's lives, right? And I think I do a pretty good job. You look quite happy right now, right?
Yeah, I do, right?
And as far as the refund policy is concerned, one, I've never had a plan B in my life because plan A usually works. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I need a plan B. But however, if it's like a really bad case scenario, then the refund policy is a free reality check. The person needs a reality check. I'm still the happiness designer.
So you mean if I'm not able to take the happiness after meeting you, the problem is
just saying.
So that's what we say when there is a customer for a buyback for diamonds. That's what we say. Oh, that's not made for us. So the customer is not made for us. Angur nahi mile to khatte.
Exactly. Yeah, well said.
So how was life in Monaco? How long did you live there?
8 years of my life. Yes, Monaco was very, very interesting because when my husband told me I'm going for my dream job, are you game? And I said, I'm game as long as you don't let me see where we are going. Because once I see it and I come up with you judge things and you say, oh no, I can't do this. So we literally just took a chance in life and it was a game changer for me. So I was able to, you talked about Women on Top, which of course I will talk about at a later point as well. But I had just started Women on Top in India, and to get a global platform, to be able to take it to a principality like Monaco, where, and you don't realize it, but women, no matter where in the world they are, or no matter what caste, creed, we all have the same problems.
Women are the same everywhere.
Yeah,
Mother-in-laws are the same everywhere.
Absolutely. And I realized that my tribe is really my vibe. It gave me a platform to actually meet amazing women because I had a forum to, I had a reason to reach out to them.
So what year did you start Women on Top?
2017.
2017, and then
Yes.
you went to Monaco?
Yes.
How was the timeline?
I moved in 2017. So I literally...
So you moved back to India now?
No, I moved back to India now, like literally now.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I've been there, and I actually started doing the awards, the Women on Top awards in Monaco. I was doing a networking forum there, and I got to meet the most interesting women. I in fact had a great experience with Marie Diamond, who was one of the authors for the book Secret. And the positivity, and she made me see through so much.
Yeah.
Because leaving everything and moving to a place like Monaco, you're like, oh my God, how can I do this? But I met such interesting people. It was a game changer.
But it's such a small place. It's a beautiful place. I've been there once.
Yeah.
Like, bachpan mein to se Monaco biscuit khaye the. What was the idea behind the name Women on Top? Did you just want to make men feel uncomfortable all around?
That's interesting. No, I don't think so. But as you can see, I like people to have curiosity. So it helped people get curiosity. And men have a different way of thinking. But women, when they say women on top, they are thinking women on top, believe you me. So it works for the women. The men, of course, I can't change their perspective and their thinking. But no. But I wanted something which was just clear. Like Women on Top is clear. Now, if your mind is going in a different direction, it's up to you. It's up to you.
So, what if it were a Netflix show? What would you name it? Like the trailer? Would it be like Power, Prada, and Petty Politics?
When you see Prada, I think devil. It won't be Prada for sure. But since you mentioned happiness, I think it would be happiness, heels, hustle, MS. And headlines. And headlines. It's the H word.
So, I also learned that you're an author to many books. That was one. The next one coming up is Find Your Emotional G-Spot. So, again, now you're asking me to think differently being a man. This is what it is. It walks like a duck. It talks like a duck. It is a duck. Okay. What's the comeback for that?
So you clearly found that...
your line of thoughts.
Yeah. The
Women on Top and G-Spot.
That's right. You like literally handpicked the questions for me. So it is actually a self-help book. Mm-hmm. But let's be honest, men can't find the emotional...
Self-help again is taking
हमारा क्या होगा इस पॉडकास्ट में
शालिनी, आप बोल रहे हो Women on Top, फिर आप बोल रहे हो कि G-Spot फाइंड करो और वो भी सेल्फ हेल्प से करो. ये क्या हो रहा है मतलब?
मैं आपको इमोशनल G-Spot और G-Spot के GPS दे रही हूँ.
E-Spot बोल दो उसको, आप G-Spot क्यों बोल रहे हो? E-Spot से इमोशनल.
फिर आप पढ़ोगे क्यों किताब? आप नहीं पढ़ोगे. आपको नाम पहले देना पड़ेगा to get the men to get curious and find out what are the women's real needs. So yes, so it's a self-help book, and like I said, the men should get curious and read it because it really talks about how to find both the G-Spot. Honestly, it's a GPS for men. So they should definitely read this book.
But in what context? I'm still confused.
Self-help, emotional.
Okay.
How to handle women. देखो आपको यही नहीं पता है इसलिए आप 3 बारी वही सवाल मेरे को आप पूछे. You obviously don't know. You are not on the same page. So it's just getting the men on the same page as the women emotionally.
So are men DMing you about, is there a different manual for finding the G-Spot? Are they messaging you with this book? Is the book out or when is it going to be out?
No, so the book is still work in progress, and yes, it's already a bestseller if I looked at the DMs. I'm sold out. So yes, men are definitely curious about it, and they're like, okay, when is the book coming? Because I talked about it, I think, in one of the interviews, so everybody knows about it. But yeah, it will be a bestseller. I can promise you that.
No, I'm 100% going to read it, and I'm going to get a signed copy from you. So about talking about women on top, what was the thought? Did you just mildly wanted to make men feel uncomfortable around it?
No, I don't think it's that. I think there comes a time in everybody's life when you have to do a midlife reboot. So I think Women on Top for me was a midlife reboot because I wanted to meet women that are doing amazing work. And like you do this podcast because you enjoy people, right? We were talking about it before this.
Right.
And this gives you an opportunity to meet interesting people. Women on Top gave me that opportunity to meet women achievers. And when I started talking to them, I realized, oh my God, I have to find a platform where I can actually showcase these women which are doing such amazing work. So it definitely didn't come out of getting curiosity into men. It came out like high serotonin and 3 glasses of champagne. And I said, I got to do this. And, it's funny. My mother would always tell me that, you don't have any female friends. So all these male friends are not going to survive the wedding vows. So I actually built a business which is for women, about women. And it's amazing because I now have a tribe of women and we've all come together to make a difference, which is what Women on Top is all about, creating a community. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just curate the best women on top who are really performing something, doing something, and that's how the award is about.
So I think the forum is about women that are making a difference, but the awards are about women that are leading the change. So that's the difference in. But yes, we do a lot of interesting networking evenings where we're even you have a brand, right, which is Diamonds.
Yes, it's all about women.
Yeah, so we have things where we introduce interesting things to women, like what you're doing, skin, various things. So we have a platform
fitness,
where
beauty.
That's right, yeah.
Yes.
And also promote women-led businesses.
That's amazing.
So there's tons of opportunity there.
So coming back to your not G-spot, your book. Coming back
you are loving my book. It's not even out.
I'm just looking.
It's already hyped. It's not even out, guys.
So what is your emotional G-spot?
Oh, that's a trick question. So I'm a person who believes in love. And I believe everything can be handled with love. There's nothing else we need. I operate from that place, and that is my emotional G-spot. Pyar do, pyar lo.
But sometimes प्यार देने से प्यार नहीं मिलता.
ओह, आप तो मुझे अभी आपकी ट्रेजेडी वो दिलीप कुमार मोमेंट आ गया.
नहीं, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है.
Just kidding. That's not true. I feel that what you give is what you get. Life is a boomerang, and I just believe in love.
Love is, you have to be loved to receive
you
love.
Have to, absolutely.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So what happened? Do you miss your friends in Monaco?
So I would say friends, I miss my friends when I went from here. I don't think I invested in very many emotional relationships. Few of them, yes. I do miss the life, but home is home. I'm happy to be home. That was an experience, and I don't dwell on my past. I enjoy my present. I enjoy the moment, and that's just me. I enjoy where I am. I'm one of those people who, my friends actually tell me that what you did it's unbelievable. To just give up everything, leave bag and baggage, and go and live in a city which has no Indians. Indians, we make relationships.
That's true.
There was literally 2 couples who were like my good friends and my best friends. In fact, they're family to me now. But I actually did that. But that's because of my attitude. I have decided that in life, whatever, if it's lemons, tequila is coming along, and lemonade and all that jazz is totally me. So so I'm just happy wherever I am. So I was happy
you're
that
a
I'm
people's
happy.
person.
Yes, I enjoy people, and I enjoy the present moment. I don't dwell in my past.
But if you had to compare, what do you enjoy more, the chaotic runway in Paris or Indian Diwali festivals or the Ganpati festivals when you talk about Bombay?
Okay, good question. So I'm a Desi girl. And I'm big on traditions. I love traditions. I love the festivals and how we celebrate it. Definitely a Desi girl. But I'm very French in my, should we say, kissing the fries, the wine, the style. Whatever the French
Why does everything go there?
Yeah, it's French kissing, it's French fries, it's French wine. So I love all of that. But I'm a Diwali, Diwali in
फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी.
फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी, gambling galore, Diwali, dancing on festivals. I'm a traditional girl. Yes, yes.
So I'm sure you must have visited the car museum in Monaco, right?
Yes.
It's lovely. It's
Yes,
amazing.
yes,
So
yes. I traveled a lot while I was there because it was literally like, here it's very hard to get away when you live in Delhi. There's literally something going on every weekend, whether it's work or it's pleasure. And there you have to plan your weekends. You have to do things. So literally every weekend we would get on a flight and go and visit a new destination. And life was about experiences.
Absolutely.
We living in India forget that you have to experience life. We are wasting our time just making money. When are you going to spend the money?
Very true.
So the idea was to go back richer in experiences than anything else. It's different that I added the bags and the shoes to my life as well, outside of the experiences. But yes, I think I traveled a lot and that made me a whole different person, which I'm loving even more today.
So you think there's a transformation happened within you by living abroad?
Oh, huge. Huge. So it's not just living abroad. I have to say this to people because living abroad is you go to a London, you as an Indian, I believe, this is my belief, that we gravitate towards our Indian friends and we may hang out with the others, but we will gravitate, our life will remain the same, believe me. We will do the same things, we will eat the same food, whether it's going to, let's say, San Francisco or London or places where there are Indians, we will gravitate towards Indians. I was given a clean slate where there were no Indians. So I was having different kind of experiences, right? I was understanding different kind of people, having different conversations, eating different food. So I actually was given a very interesting destination to become who I am today.
So how are the people there in terms of their cultural values, for family, and how do you see that different than India?
So family values, this is my personal perspective. I think we Indians are big on it. We're very big on it. But like I was telling a story...
Interfering, you mean?
वो तो lecture WhatsApp group पे lecture मिल जाता है, मतलब you don't have to go beyond that only.
Yeah.
But I don't want to comment on somebody's values because I don't think I was getting into anybody's families and everything. But yeah, we are different. We are more involved as Indians. Whether it's our friendships.
Again, interfering.
Yeah, we have high maintenance relationships,
Absolutely.
They don't believe in high maintenance.
I think in India, people try to own friendship. They try to own people.
Possessiveness, ownership. Yeah, absolutely.
Like how can and they like to be controlling over others' lives.
Yeah.
That's too much of it.
Yeah.
And they want it to be in a certain way for others.
Yeah.
If they don't like it. So that's very bad.
You know what is something very simple, Parag, which I have to share with you? That here we call friends for dinner, right? We've got like a spread, like there's 50 things at the table. Now, please tell me, how much can a person eat? We don't think about that. We're just going at it and, because it's one-upmanship. We just want to show, hey, we've got all this and whatever.
Yeah.
There, nobody entertains at home because the principality is so simple. Everybody lives in 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, maximum 3 bedrooms. It's literally like 2-bedroom apartments. Everybody is a billionaire, but living the same lifestyle. Nobody entertains at home. It's either on the yacht or their villas in the south of France if they have to do it. But living in Monaco, you are going to a restaurant. Everybody is going Dutch to the same restaurants. No pressure. Low maintenance relationships.
That's what. India has too much pressure.
Yes. The simplicity.
The Diwali parties. I've seen Gurgaon parties.
Yeah,
for that matter, I'm so glad I'm in Bombay and there's not too much pressure.
Ouch, touchy topic. I'm a hardcore Delhiite.
But that's why I love coming to Delhi to get both parts of the world.
Yes, absolutely. No, so I do agree that everything here is over the top.
Yeah,
it is over the top for sure. Yeah.
So tell me, if suppose you're in an emergency and you have to run out with your crown, heels, or book, what would you gather?
Oh. So like I think while talking to me, you figured out that the crown is just there. I believe that it's there. I don't have to have a physical one, right? I'm the queen.
But I can see it always.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need to carry the crown. And I think barefoot in success is also good. I don't need the heels to slay.
So the book is important.
The book, I'll tell you why the book is important. Because the book is my memoirs. The book is my blueprint. The book is a story I want to tell. And that's the reason I would carry the book, because that's the legacy I'm going to leave behind. And
Absolutely.
I can always buy the crown and the heels again.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. You can always buy the crown and the heels again.
Yes.
But the thoughts, those really matter.
Yes,
so how long have you been writing this?
I write a lot, actually. I write a lot. I wake up, people don't know this, a lot of people, but I wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, you're a morning
I'm a morning
5
person.
a.m. club.
I'm the 5 a.m. club. I'm a big Robin Sharma fan, and I'm definitely the 5 a.m. club. And so I do my meditation. I do Amrit Vela, which I love. I go for a morning walk, as you can see all my videos on morning walks. And then I write. And then I journal.
So what's the routine like after waking up?
I wake up straight to Amrit Vela, because that's the Brahma Muhurat, which they say that our 33 billion gods are all listening to you at that point in time.
But isn't it at 3:30 a.m.?
3:30 to 5:30 is the Brahma Muhurat. So I wake up in the middle hour when I think that they're at their peak and they are listening only to me and believing only in me. So yeah.
Amazing.
So I wake up at 4:30 every morning, and you know, people don't believe it, because you can tell I love to party. But even if I have party till 2:30, 4:30 a.m., I'm up and about and I'm doing what I have to do. So yes, my ritual is definitely the Amrit Vela, meditation, morning walk. And then after I come and I journal. So I write a lot. So I can actually have multiple books coming out of my journals, and I have to hide them from my family. Thankfully now there's a lot of it on my phone. So
wow.
Yeah, because I write a lot.
So it's a daily writing.
It's a daily writing, and I think it's good for everybody. You know that if you want something to happen.
So you write about your daily instances of life, or
and you know, stories come out of your daily experiences.
That's true.
I feel that the biggest lessons are life lessons. Now anybody can First of all, I want to understand what we studied in school. हम कुछ नहीं करते हैं उसमें से. हमारी जिंदगी, हमारा success, हमारा business, हम life lessons से ही कर रहे हैं.
Correct.
So I love to observe. I love to write what I've experienced, and I love to get life lessons out of that. So that's all there. So the book is going.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward that book now.
Yes.
So let's talk about lab-grown diamonds, since we've been talking about it. You know, I run this brand, Fiona Diamonds, and I would love to know your opinions, your view about it, because there are so many controversies around it.
Yeah.
And people have different opinions. So what do you think? What is your view on it?
You know, Parag, I'm going to refer to our conversation before you put that camera on. When I looked at you, I said, "Mujhe 20 carat chahiye," because I just bought a 10 carat, and I said, what did I do? Because that's when the lab-grown diamonds came into play. And now, obviously, you're getting me the 20 carat, right?
Yeah.
So I personally, forget my perspective, because I may be still old school. There's a lot of women that'll carry fake bags.
Right.
And you can't tell. But it's not about carrying that fake bag. It's about knowing that you're carrying the fake bag.
Right.
So I'm maybe old school, and I'm still indulging in the real diamonds. But I was interviewing these younger generation kids, and I asked them, okay, because they're all marriageable. And I said that, what are you going to buy? A size with a lab grown, or the small natural? All of them, 100%, not even 99%. They said lab grown size. We would rather go on travel, or go on buy a house, or do things like, even not, they don't want to buy houses or buy, but I don't think I don't think they're into the material thing. But of course the ring is, so I think this generation now will only buy lab grown diamonds.
Yeah, that's what even I think. Yeah. And now there are so many controversies, because it seems like people are hurt on their ego who own a lot of natural diamonds, and they're not able to accept it.
Yes.
And all I have to say is, it's a miracle of technology.
Yeah. It is, because you're making it. But I want to tell you a funny thing, because now the minute you're wearing like a large size, I know when you get me the 20 carat, I know they're going to look at me and say, lab grown. Like, I lost weight, and literally I walk into a bar and say, Ozempic.
Oh God.
Like, first of all, if it's lab grown, and secondly, if I've had Ozempic, I'm not telling you, buddy. Like,
exactly.
Why would I not put it on social media if I have to talk about it, right?
That's so funny. So
that's India for you. There, people.
That's so true.
Why are you asking me that question? Are you like,
Yeah, another friend of mine, she was, she was given the same comments when she lost some weight, and people were like, Ozempic. So I can so much relate to that. Right. There's another friend who went to Korea with her friends, and all her friends started saying, you went to Korea, you must have done all the kind of treatments which are there, and your abs look amazing, and you've done some kind of treatment over there.
Yeah.
But that wasn't true. People just want to
I think people, even if it is true, Parag, I feel that whether it's true or is false, it doesn't matter. Why are we getting into other people's lives? Just appreciate it. You're looking awesome. It's great.
Wow, you said,
I love the ring you're wearing. It's beautiful.
Yes.
We just have to change the way we speak.
True.
We don't have to get intrusive in people's life.
I think people want to just size up other people. They want to size you up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
how much do you have? How much money you have?
Yeah.
It's like that.
You know, it's a funny story because we were in Singapore and I was talking to this gentleman, very interesting conversation. And he looks at me and he says, "My God, you're really interesting." I said, "Thank you very much." And he says, "So where are you from?" So I said, "I'm from Delhi." So he says, "No way, you're not from Delhi." I said,
Why?
"Okay."
What is not so Delhi about
I'm
you?
like, why would he say that? He says, "Because in Delhi, people don't say, 'How are you?' They say, 'Who are you?'" So, you know, it's true. People are sizing you up. They want to know that, are you wearing the real diamond or are you wearing the lab-grown diamond?
Yeah.
So people are sizing you up constantly.
So this thing, you know, the same conversation happened once. I was in my Delhi store and we were having the Bombay Delhi typical conversation, and she was telling me that, you know, Bombay people are no less like how we ask you कि आपके पास कौन सी गाड़ी है, आप लोग पूछते हो where do you stay. So. And that's
True
so
that.
true. So
Yeah.
you're considering to be a business associate with Fiona. How do you? We will have some collection in your name. I'm very excited to
I'm very excited.
do that.
I'm
So
very
what is
excited.
your idea about collection? Where should we get inspiration from?
You know, thank you for this opportunity because honestly, I used to run a brand called Saks.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
It's
so
Shalini Arora Kochhar.
that's right,
It's amazing.
yeah. So it
Saks
was-
15 in the US is like
Yes, so I actually ran that brand. I wanted them to sue me so I get famous.
Saks, are you listening to this?
Give me the money, honey. No, so I ran that brand for a really long time. I really enjoyed it because I think I needed to explore my creative side, and I enjoyed designing and I enjoyed making jewelry. And then when I moved to Monaco, I made it Saks Monaco, and I actually did all the fashion weeks with my jewelry. Which was
What kind
Paris.
of jewelry was this?
So it was Swarovski and what is American diamond, basically, because that's what works there, right?
Right.
Your Polki looks and your Indian looks don't work there.
Correct.
So so I've done like the Paris Fashion Week, Berlin, Milan, one more, 4 fashion weeks. I did that for like a couple of years. And then I've come back to India and I love that part of my life as well. You know, so I definitely wanted to, and then appears Parag. So there are no coincidences in life.
There are no coincidences. Everything is for a reason.
I feel that I can manifest anything. I talked about this to a friend of mine, saying that I need to get back to it. And I really am loving this lab-grown diamond story. So, and there you are.
Yeah.
Literally, there you are. So as far as the inspiration is concerned, I would say south of France, because, you know, so it's very big on these galas that happen there. So women enjoy wearing the big diamonds.
Pieces. So
yes, statement
that's what I
pieces.
say. You know, why
Yes.
do you want to hide? So
Yeah.
that happens a lot in Delhi, right?
Yeah.
And especially in the initial years when we started,
Yeah.
nobody wanted to give us references. Nobody wanted to tell us that this is lab grown what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
People would not recognize me in functions. They would no. People would think I'm wearing a
Yeah.
lab grown, and
Yeah.
I would say, come on, you need to be honest about it, and
Yeah.
it's not a shame.
Yeah.
It's not cheap also.
Yeah.
Now it's become very cheap.
Yeah.
But still, the beauty is the brilliance.
Absolutely.
And the size of it, I still respect natural diamonds. They are really God's creation
Yeah.
and very rare in terms of the way they are formed. But also, one more thing I would want to understand and know, in fact, from you, this is a sudden question that's come to my mind. Do you know that, or do you think diamonds take millions of years to form?
I should be putting you on the hot seat now and asking you the questions about the diamonds.
I'm
yeah.
trying to understand the perception, because this is a common perception that people have. Most people think that diamonds take millions of years to form, but that's not entirely true. Diamonds do not necessarily take millions of years to form. They were already formed millions of years ago.
Wow.
Think about it, because the youngest diamond even found is millions of years ago, and most of the diamonds are of 3/4 of Earth's age itself, which means they were mostly all of them formed at the time of Earth's formation, because they require a certain amount of pressure and heat to undergo the process. And theoretically, it's very simple. You have to separate the carbon atoms, because diamond is pure carbon. You know that, right? And when subjected to that particular pressure, but for a very small time, if you read about it, you will know that carbon crystallizes into diamond only if the temperature is brought down suddenly. If at all that process is slow, carbon tends to turn into graphite.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
so very less people know about this, and the diamonds that we are mining now are because of the volcanic eruptions which are coming out from Earth, and that's what we are discovering. They are rare to find, and the conditions which are required for diamond formation are very, very rarely found. But if found, it doesn't take
time for them to get formed.
Amazing.
And this is what scientists figured out. And they thought if those conditions are given in a reactor, diamonds can be formed within weeks.
Wow.
Which is what fascinated me the most about lab-grown diamonds. That, okay, scientists are amazing. You can get the same brilliance. And then we talk about value of diamond, which is again a very big topic. So my take on that always to the consumer is, it is never an investment value for the consumer. You know why? Because you, as a consumer, you buy it on retail price. On which a brand has already made a killing.
Yes, absolutely.
So how can it be an investment?
Yes.
It is an investment if you're a diamond merchant.
So I have to ask you a very interesting question. You know, not that I'm much into, I used to be obsessed with astrology once upon a time, and then I started believing in Guruji.
Oh, you're the Guruji follower?
Yes, I'm a big Guruji follower to the point of obsession. And that's when, and he said, if you follow me and if you surrender to me, you don't need an astrologer or a doctor. You're good to go, you know.
Absolutely.
And of course, my kids still laugh at me because they'll be like, Mom, you're not looking well, you want to go to a doctor? I'm like, no, I don't need to go to an astrologer or a doctor. I've got Guruji like, oh, this loony woman. But anyways, that's my faith. But astrologers actually tell you that diamonds actually, you know, and I'm very short-tempered as well.
Oh,
so
really? It doesn't seem like that.
Oh, thank you. I'm good in front of the camera, clearly.
Yeah.
Come home and ask my family. They have a different version of me. However, so basically, astrologers say that diamonds, you know, they generate heat and you get angry, and they also advise a lot of people not to wear it. So my question is that now diamonds have a different property and lab-grown diamonds a different property. So does it mean the same thing? Can I wear lab-grown?
No. So they have exactly the same properties.
I'm trying to find an excuse.
No, but other thing what you said, diamonds don't, the rate of dissipation of heat of diamond is the highest, which means it takes away heat. Yeah, and that's the reason if your Venus is strong and if you're wearing diamond, so basically the way the science works is how the planetary moment and the gravitational force of the Earth and Moon can have high tides in the ocean. The same way, our body is made up of 66% water. And because of more than that, almost 70%.
Yeah.
So the diamonds which you wear can affect those water molecules, and those generate positive energies, positive thoughts.
Interesting.
And that's how
so
different.
Are you saying I should wear them or not wear them?
It depends on your planetary thing, right? And so
you do believe in all this?
Of course. So I believe in energies.
Yeah, I believe in energies too.
I have close friends who believe in Guruji also. So I know about his teachings and things. So it's a great thing. It really gives you pleasure while thinking about it. And I've seen certain magics happening.
Yeah, I think I live a miraculous life. I literally believe in miracles and they happen to me.
Yeah.
So that's my faith.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So,
see, I manifested you. I said diamonds, jewelry, back to it, and there you are. So everything happens. Yes.
Amazing. So let's start with this rapid fire round.
Oh.
Okay. You cannot think.
Ready.
Okay.
Oh, let's get ready. Okay,
yeah.
Let's do this.
One fashion trend that you should have been cancelled permanently, you think?
I can't think, you said. The ass-waisted jeans. I don't want to see the crack and I don't want to see the ass, and if you're wearing those jeans. They should be out of the window. Not happening.
Okay. So what's a lie you tell yourself to get through the day?
I'll start on Monday.
That's a good one. Last thing you Google.
You know, this question, I'm sure you don't ask men because you would know the answer. That's why you're asking me this question. So for me, it would be how to reverse age, because Elvis is not ready to leave the building. I'm still asking. Yeah, because reverse aging is the biggest thing these days, right?
It is.
With all your cryotherapy and red light, and there's so many things going on. So that was the last thing I Googled just now, because I was coming on a podcast and I said, oh, ye to sare wrinkles dikh rahe hain abhi. How to reverse age.
Manifest it.
I'll manifest it, yes, absolutely.
If your life had a background score, what song would it be playing while you walk into a room?
वो लोग मुझे देखे तो बहुत कुछ बजाएंगे, बट मैं क्या गाती हूँ मैं आपको बता सकती हूँ. It would be, I don't know what it is, I don't know who you are, but you must be some kind of superstar.
Chaila re, ladki mast mast.
Ladki mast mast hai.
That's for a guy. So, public display of affection you've done that still makes you cringe.
So, Parag, I'm a big PDA person. And
That's why you're on the PDA show.
Yeah, there you go. I keep telling my husband that, boss, hold hands, hug. I'm like big on all of this. I feel that if you love someone, you've got to express it and you've got to show it. But I cry at the drop of a hat. That's the one thing I've got to stop doing, because the person that's making you cry in public doesn't deserve to see you crying.
Yeah.
So that's something I would want to kind of fix. But yeah, I'm big on PDA. And that's why I'm the PDA show.
Yes. And you see, I got a show on my
got a show.
on that. So I'm a believer on that, right?
Yeah, so I attracted what I believe in, right?
Yeah.
I'm attracted.
Who intimidates you and who you should be scared of? Sorry, who should be scared of you?
So, I think my own attitude intimidates me, because there are days like today, I walked in here feeling on a high and feeling like a queen. So nothing and no one can intimidate me. But there are low days when I'm not feeling that good, then everything and everyone is intimidating me. So I think it's my attitude.
Yeah.
And you said something about, what is the second part of your question? That
who should be intimidated by you?
So personally, I think I already said this to you before, that I operate from a place of love.
Yeah.
So I would never want anybody to be scared of me. Never fear. Only love.
That's a good one. So I think we are done with the rapid fire show.
Lovely.
Is there
was
anything...
I rapid enough? And
yeah, you were fantastic. No wonder you were the finalist at the Miss India show.
Oh my God, you don't know this story, but I had the fear of public speaking. I lost because of that.
I don't
Yes,
you.
I'm telling you. I've actually conquered that fear of mine over the years. And yes, so I didn't want to go for the Miss India, because I said, the minute they give me a mic, I'm going to be dumbfounded, and that's it. I'm not going to win ever. So I actually had the fear of public speaking at that point in time.
There's so
and
much
here
pressure.
I am. Yes,
Yeah.
There's so much to a person which you don't know about. Yes.
So great having you here, Shalini. And this is what the PDA show is about. And there's a reason it's called the PDA show. So we would like to hear from you. Whom do you think deserves an unapologetic public display of affection from you?
I have to say I've really had fun being on the show, because you're so easy to talk to. It's very important. When I literally, it's like a cold call, because I didn't know you at all. So I didn't know what I was in for, but you're so easy to talk to. It's like literally having a heart to heart on a podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you so much for that.
I could feel that when you spoke on the phone.
Yeah. So I want to definitely a lot of affection towards you.
Thank you.
But, I'm dealing with a lot of women who are going through so much. Mm-hmm. And I just want to send them a lot of love and healing and good energies to tell them that, don't try to fit in. Mm-hmm. If you're meant to stand out and start today.
Yes.
I'm a big Shah Rukh fan. So
me too.
I'm obsessed with him.
Oh, yeah.
So I really want to, I can see more people who are like Shah Rukh. But I really would want to tell these women, ja जी ले अपनी जिंदगी सिमरन. Like
सच
literally.
में शाहरुख ने हमें सिखाया प्यार कैसे करते हैं. मतलब seriously, he's taught me romance, and that's how I've been.
Yes, I think
DDLJ के dialogue बोल के तो.
कितनी लड़कियां पीछे घूम रही हैं. We leave it for another show. Should we go on with your story now?
The current girl will feel offended.
Not on camera.
Not on camera.
But thanks so much, Parag. I really appreciate it. And a lot of PDA to you, and a lot of PDA to all those women that are by my side and my family. I love you.
Thank you, Shalini.
Thank you.